Homeless Solutions, Honolulu, Hawaii, year 2003. I don't have the threatening that I know when I was there in money, but I do know that I was there deceased. And Honolulu, Hawaii did nothing for me being deceased, that I could have what I needed with new banking and new threatening in the money. I didn't get offered any new banking, and I went to 2 banks. And it's true that I don't know the credit union problem. It's a bank if I'm there. It's a credit union if I'm not there. That means the credit union didn't change itself into a bank because I was there. And when I was in the bank, it didn't really remove me because I had been in a credit union. That means it knows me if I'm in the bank. So I didn't get any money from either place. And nobody's appointing money to me unless it's given to me by somebody who says they gave it to me. And that's what's wrong with the bank. The bank will give money to everybody in the bank and won't say who it's from or who it's for. And when the soul of the superior founder died, myself, it's true that I don't know if the bank did get the money or not that I left itself, which is nothing because I don't open any banking accounts in the bank with myself. And there is nothing for me in the bank from when I was a child anymore. That's true that I don't have any money from my childhood, and that Donna is the reason I was reporting in the bank that I was getting any money. And that's true, I don't afford the problem that is at all. So there is something wrong with that. I don't have money from that I was living elsewhere with someone who didn't have the last name Moser. That means Donna didn't have any money except she was making money because she was doing something wrong against myself. And I found out about it because she told me. But that's not true that she's the only one in the house. How could she be the only one who's doing something wrong to myself? I should have a joint banking account with everybody who's not myself, with the same last name and with different last names. Everybody who's not myself except myself. And I don't afford the money that is in karma. That's really all the money in the bank. And it's all in my name, but I can't get to it because you people want to use the money for paying off the charges that you're not allowed to have any stock or do any services for each other because you're due homeless on all those points, and then you'll end up in jails and prisons because you're homeless. Well, how did you want this world to go? But I see that you went far in the way the world was paying charges. And I have nothing in it myself. And I think you were just wasting time to get to the end of all the time by paying the charges. And that's too many charges for me to say that I would know you. I'd say you can make as many as one charge and you could be wrong that way and go homeless and die. And I made more than one charge myself. I paid charges and I pressed charges. And when I pressed charges, I died outside homeless on that point that I pressed charges. And I don't actually get the money myself because I was being watched that I'm not allowed to have the money. But it's true that I don't know you that way. Who said I could have the money? Who said I can't have the money? Some people think that I pressed charges and I gave the money to other people, and it's not true that I would. It's true the money was embezzled, and I've seen the money embezzled in every direction. And you don't have that you can pay charges and shun in between the charges, that you don't have what you need, and God knows that, and He made you shun. And that's you having threatened some people around yourself, and the people who make the transactions, you threaten them when it wasn't their prejudice to be threatened. And maybe it was threatened more than 3 times, and you don't specifically have credit to be alive anymore. But you do alive again, you appear again, and you owe more money to the bank, and you spend more money on yourself, and eventually you don't have prejudice to being alive anymore the wrong way. You didn't pay for yourself to be formed. You didn't pay for yourself because you are yourself. You need yourself. You're not the soul. You don't have insurance on yourself that you spent money on yourself paying charges. You just don't have any sort of insurance that way because you're not the soul. You don't have deceased. I am the soul, I am deceased, and I am none higher than He deceased right here. None higher than me deceased out of the threatening and was never due in the money. And you don't know about the 3 threats that this Godhead is making. You know about one of them, that I am the soul, the superior founder deceased. That's how you have alive. Otherwise, the none higher than He Deceased he did not hold alive of yourselves. He holds alive of myself.